the coaches to me, they send all the players to me. So my plate is, is pretty full. But in saying that, what I saw this weekend, I'm a big believer in what's, is Stephen and Tennis Memphis is about. I've never ever seen so many public indoor facilities in my life. Great facilities. Absolutely outstanding. Wow. If I was going to say, I'll take up the director position tomorrow and run the entire thing, fortunately, I can't do that. Not right now, anyway. I can, from by the time that I spent this last weekend here with the kids, I absolutely enjoyed it. Absolutely. I enjoyed every time I get onto the courts, but I wasn't sure, as I said, I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure of the level. I wasn't sure if people were actually going to come out. I wasn't sure how well it was going to be marketed, because I guess you all can see that I'm kind of disciplinarian. Not so much, but firm, because I believe that if you set the structure, Steve was talking, we set the structure, and you have the right people behind it, well, you already have the facilities, you got great facilities, then you can start to nurture and you can start to groom players. I'm not saying somebody's going to be pro, I'm not saying they're going to go to top 10 in the nation, but at least it's a kind of clarifies and start defining a pathway that your kids can take their skills from whatever level they are now through their development. Go ahead. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, good to see you again. All right.
Child to get them ready for high school tennis or college tennis, or Kate has said, if you're looking for the coach to send your child, to play, not that he couldn't do it, but considering the time and what it takes and the facilities, that all of that goes into play. So and so my comment is, it's good because we have a lot, and you are, I wasn't a tennis player. However, I listen and learn quickly. And so I've learned a lot by these little things, or listening to you. Do I snatch my child out of school because she does have some natural talent and maybe she could have been better? I've got to think about money, what I'm hearing, because all I know is what I hear from you all, because I don't know the game. So again, we have to go back to, now I'm thinking in my head while we're doing all of this talking, that in all actuality, it's gonna take some time for some other things to open up. So we have to look at that personal goal. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Do I think, if I look at my own, do I feel that she has some time? Yes, I can see that from just the situations. There are things, but it's gonna take some other things in order to maybe develop her where she needs to be for what our goal is. And that's when it throws, because I'm not it's fortunate if you know the game. I've got to listen a little bit to what you're saying, what a coach is saying, and sometimes people are saying different things. So this helps.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, and this is why.
Because if you're not, it is very hard. What I was looking at, if I look at Kai, I can think about, she doesn't have a lot of private lessons. She does have some. Does she do well when she goes out there on the court? Yes, she does. But then we're all coming from the same area with the same programs. Yes. So I wouldn't know how she would fare until she comes to something like this, and I can see where her structure is not. However, I'm not blaming anybody, because I think she gets the best of what she can get for the amount of time that we put in and what have you. So I just want to say, right. And so if you're new, right, because that's what, we do private lessons and we do the JD.
So to that point,
and
that's
so
what.
To ask, I think, and that was a comment, so to ask the question, do you also agree? Because Katie will say to us, we don't have condition that's not a part right now of the JD program, because it's just not enough time. So then he said, so you all need to be jumping rope on your own, thinking about your fitness on your own, doing something else somewhere else, on your own.
How long is that session for that you go to?
Hour and a half.
Twice a week.
Monday week.
Twice a week.
Okay. Well, reality, what they're doing now, they need to move, and they need to move quickly.
Right.
Very fast, like yesterday. So at the end of the day, the way that because I get called to coaches visit me from every part of the world. I do different speaking with kids, with parents, with coaches, and it's kind of, once I saw the players, and then I knew how to go about structuring the next few days, and I was ready. As I said in the beginning, I was very happy that the parents stayed back so you can see, because I know their parents that probably some of them don't know much about tennis. So I kind of put my feet into your shoes and kind of break it down, so you all can really see what the base of what the kid needs. Don't look at too many things. I broke it down. So hopefully this experience that you all had, the kids had with me here these last few days, it gave you a picture. And hopefully you took some videos, so you can go back and you can refer to it. The kids have to take their notes. So now, you should have a better picture now. And if you did, I know I did a good job, I feel happy. If not, you email me and I will explain even more. So I'm very happy that the way that I did it, I broke it down. It gave, if there's a parent that never even know anything about tennis, but the kid loves tennis, you get an idea now. And you get an idea from someone who's been around the world with many good players and developed a kid of my own from 2. Because the proof is in the pudding as well. You gotta be able to, okay, does this really work or not? And but the way that I broke it down, I think your parents have a little better understanding of what your kid need right now. If you play 2 hours, 2 times a week, don't waste your time. You're not gonna happen. And somebody says, the kids I see here should be 3 and plus, easily. 6 hours is not enough. 6 hours is not enough for this ability here, because when you take a kid into the program, yes, I'm working with them, but you also have to correct stuff. It's not like, okay, we got these 6 hours, let's just add. You're adding. Every kid out here has something to clean up. Every one of them. So you're gonna spend X amount of time, maybe 6 hours, really on the core stuff you need, but you also need another 4 or 5 hours to clean stuff up. So don't think, even if I come and say, okay, I'm coming next weekend for a weekend, I'm sure most of you all will come, correct?
Yes.
Exactly. Which I'm thinking about it. If Stephen and them will extend me the invitation, and if I get some emails from you all, ask me to come, I'll make the time and come. I'm very busy. I can make the time and come.
But I think what we're doing here.
Let me finish. So at the end of the day, I am looking for the interest. Because presently there's no one in Tennis Memphis can do what I can do. No one understands and really put it together. Very few guys, I know a handful. So if, like me, I like to help. If I have the opportunity and I want to do it, which I'm thinking I'd like to help out, and put some structure in place, I think the kids and the parents and Tennis Memphis, everybody together, will benefit. Because I see so much potential, oh my goodness. I've never seen a facility with so many indoor facilities and so many courts and the kids. I didn't know how many kids I was going to get when I said, I didn't know what was going to happen. I was happy the outcome. I was happy. I didn't want to leave the court. I really did. If we did those courts weren't booked, guess where those kids would be right now? If they could stay, I know they got school tomorrow, I'll be there still, like yesterday. Almost an hour and I had it over. I would be there. Yeah. I told them, bring me the sushi on the court. I'll be fine, Thai food, I'll be fine with that. So, but I'm hoping, as we close it up, how I did the whole weekend was beneficial, not just to the kids, but to the parents. You give you all an understanding. By all means, I know that some of the kids have other coaches. I'm doing anything, or I'm not saying anything to bring down any coach. This is not I've never had this reputation, I'm never gonna start that. I am looking at things straight up the middle. The kids come to me, this is what I need to do, let's get cracking. I would say this though, some of the players, you need to really go back and really take a look at your technique and your movement patterns. You have to go back and do that now. Because the more balls the kid did with that, they are engraving bad muscle memory. And the more balls they hit and the more tournaments they play, it's just solidifying that bad technique, that bad muscle memory. So you need to try to understand what it is. Hopefully I gave you all some ideas, and you get a picture, took some videos and so forth, and you can see with fit crossing over, you can see letting the ball drop too low, you can see them don't racket at speed, you can see the left hand is open up too fast, you can see them falling forward, you can see them falling back, you can see them falling to the side, each way. Running the ball cross court, don't change them, put it down the line yet, take the ball high. You know what I mean? Come for the volleys, how we practicing to work on your volleys, good technique. What I give the kids there is world-class technique. I didn't give them ordinary technique.
You had a question, Mr. Ingram?
Yes, ma'am.
How long would you say it takes to develop muscle memory generally? And in boys, when they go through growth spurts, readjusting to the same strokes?
You prepare for when kids go through their growth spurt, because as they grow, their contact point has to rise, and your off-court program becomes very, very important. What elastic bands you're doing, what resistance training you're doing, what core work you're doing. Because if you haven't been doing any core work, holding my base on balance boards and different exercises, as you start to grow, you got a problem. And I think that's why a lot of kids struggle through that, start going through puberty, they start going that growth spurt, they haven't been doing any core. And when you don't do your core and you start to go this way, that you will get injured. And your pain of your knees and your calves and everything, it becomes more than others have it. So from an early age, the development process, you understanding your body, working, doing certain exercises, if you're playing sports, whether it's tennis, whether it's soccer, whether it's football, whatever it is, you have to be able to have that in your weekly program. Because it's not just strength and conditioning, it's also injury prevention, and it also addresses when the kids start going through that growth spurt. So it addresses a few things.
So how long does it take to develop?
Each child will differ. Every child will differ. It depends on the program the kid's in. It's so many other intangibles that you have to look at. It's just so many things to look at. You can't just put your finger and say, oh yeah, it's this, it's that. You can't do that one. You have to look at everyone individually and assign. Your kid might come to me and say, okay, yeah, that's right. I've been working. Another kid coming. It all depends on the makeup of the kid, their body structure. You have to look at a few things. It can't just be, yes, sir.
I see a lot of, you said that you see technical difficulties in there, and I see a lot of parents moving their child up to the next age group early. When would you say they should do that?
And I'm going to address this because this is one of the things I actually want to touch. I've seen really top programs successful, and I would like to believe that whatever I do for my own child would be the best, because we're parents. I want to give my child the best, so I always try to recommend. If I recommend you something, it's the same thing I'm going to do for my own flesh and blood. You know what I mean? Or the players that I have under my control. And I would really stress and say that it's all about pressure. Coach, all right? Okay.
I'm trying to.
What's
not gonna happen.
Couldn't figure what was going on.
Everybody's watching a movie here.
Coach, you okay?
Yeah, I can go do that.
I didn't know where you were going there. You meant it to the next side. But anyway, and Pete Sampras, Lindsay Davenport, Maria Sharapova, their coach spoke about it a lot. I heard Billie Jean King speak about it as well, and it's something that stuck with me for a long time. Even before I heard from it, I said, wow, this is what I think. It's all about pressure. I have never believed in playing up in